Okay, hi everybody. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to use our calculator to show intersections of polynomials. I know this feels a little bit out of the blue, but it is another part of this, and I just wanted to show you another thing that you can do with your calculator. I will show you this both on the TI-84, but also on Desmos. So I'm going to clear my calculator out a little bit, hit y equals, clear, whatever, enter, turn that off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type p of x in y1. So I'm going to type x to the third minus x squared minus 3x. Okay, and then I'm going to type q of x in y2. So x squared was all that is. So now I'm going to do zoom 6 to get my standard viewing window. And if you have an older calculator, you're just going to get two great black lines, but the new ones have this nice thing where you can actually see the two functions separately. So you'll notice that they cross 1, 2, and 3 times. You can see that. So to figure that out, what we're going to do is we're going to do second trace, and we're going to intersect, because we want to see where those two functions intersect each other. So the first two say, okay, what is the first curve you're working with? It's color-coded, so you can see that you're working with the blue one. And then the second curve is the red one. And then the guess is you just have to scroll to where the first intersection point is, right here. And there it is. So I'm going to just click and drag it over here. I'm going to do the same thing 2 more times. Second trace intersect is option 5, so you can click option 5. You can just hit enter and enter because there's only 2 functions in the calculator, and then you have to scroll to the next intersection point, which is right here, and then hit enter for the guess. And there it is. Last but not least, let's do one more. Second trace, option 5, enter, enter, and then we're going to scroll over right to there and hit enter one more time. And there it is. So we have 3 intersection points here. The first one is the point -1, 1. The next point is 0, 0, and then the third one is 3, 9. On Desmos, you can do the same thing, but here it is. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to put in p of x is x cubed minus x squared minus 3x. And then q of x is x squared. And so then you can literally just click on the 3 places where it intersects, and you can get the points right there like that. So same answers as this. It's just a little bit easier on Desmos. I want you to be good at using the calculator because there are things that the calculator does better, but Desmos is really helpful for us right now. The last thing that I wanted to do is I just wanted to review one thing from last lesson, and that's just finding the zeros of a polynomial. And so let's look at that. So I'm going to type in this f of x here. I know this is kind of a boring part of the video, but I would tell jokes, but I don't have any because I'm not that funny. There we go. Okay, so hit graph again. And now that looks like 2 straight lines. And so that is like, oh man, I really got to adjust my window. So click window. I'm definitely going to change my y minimum, maybe to like -100. I'm just guessing because I don't actually know what it should look like. But now I can see that there's more shape to the graph. I need to go way further down here. So I'm going to change the y minimum to maybe -200, maybe 300. Okay, almost there. Let's keep going. Keep going. We're almost there. Okay, almost there. I just want to really show the whole thing. Okay, and then because the x-axis is way up at the top of the screen, I'm just going to change this to like give myself a little bit of space by make this 100 instead of 10. Okay, so now I have a nice graph because I can see where the x-axis is. I can see this thing crossing the x-axis. So let's do second trace. We're going to calculate a 0. Notice that there's 2 things on the slide here. I'm asking you where the polynomial crosses the x-axis on the graph, but I'm also saying this is the same question as find the real zeros of the polynomial. So we're going to find the zeros. So I can calculate 0, which is option number 2. Let's do the first one first. So let's scroll over to the left side of where it crosses the x-axis, right. It's fine there. right bound is right about there. The guess really just has to be between those, and then you hit enter one more time. There it is. Notice that this says -1 times 10 to the -10, which is just so close to 0 that we are okay calling it 0. Second trace, we're going to do the whole thing again for the other spot. So left bound is over here. Right bound, go a little bit further over to the right. Here we go. And then guess just has to be in between those two. There it is. And again, we get another really tiny number right here that's so close to 0 that we can just call it 0. So our answers are x equals -8 and x equals 3. We're going to use that information in just a second, but I want to show you this on Desmos also. So I'm going to type in the same function on Desmos. So x to the 4th plus 5x cubed minus 20x squared plus 20x minus 96. And now I can adjust my window again like this. So let's change it to that -750, I think is what we picked. And then and then we had 100 here. So just wanted to show you that that's the same as what it looks like on the graphing calculator. And so then you can literally just click here, and there are your two x-intercepts. The x values are the parts that we really care about. So that's it for today. For the graphing calculator, there's one more video that I want to talk about on today's lesson, and then we're done.